The Dubuque Area Library Information Consortium, or DALINC, proposes to lay the groundwork for creating a fully searchable digital database of Dubuque and tri-state area history. The Dubuque area is proud of its heritage. Various libraries and organizations have preserved local historical documents and images, but despite these efforts at archiving our past, there has never been a coordinated effort to make our rich collections available online in digital formats. We believe DALINC is uniquely positioned to do this. DALINC is a multi-type, tri-state consortium of 15 libraries in Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois. We have worked together on many educational, informational, and recreational projects over 20 years. Our proposed digital collections and finding aids will give anyone, from researchers to genealogists in the Dubuque area or in the world, instant access to the story of Dubuque and the surrounding area. This is our 21st century solution for anyone interested in the history and resources of the tri-state area.
And now for something completely different.
Welcome to Library Talk with Heidi Pettit. Today we're joined by Dr. Heimlich from DALINC University, who's here to tell us about his specialized research and how he uses archives. Dr. Heimlich, could you introduce yourself?
I am Dr. Heimlich from the DALINC University. I teach sociology in that department.
Lovely. And what type of research do you do in the sociological field?
What I look at is how cats are used in Civil War era.
Wonderful. Then how do you find out about such a fascinating topic?
I usually use primary documents that are found in the archives, but also I look at their website looking for digital documents especially.
Mm-hmm. And how do you use these digital documents and these archival materials both in your research and in your instruction?
I usually go to the library's website. I found if there's digital copies, and also if there's a finding aid. So a lot of times I use those in my research and also in my classroom.
And how are these documents important to your students?
They are very important because they allow me to demonstrate certain theories in sociology, but also help them understand basic concepts.
Lovely. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us today, Dr. Heimlich. One final question. What's the most interesting thing you found during your research into cats during the Civil War period?
A lot of times when I do my research I find paw prints across the documents, so it's very interesting to see how they're used in various areas.
Lovely. Thank you all for joining us today during Heidi Pettit's Library Talk. I hope you'll join us next time for a fascinating discussion about genealogical research.
Good afternoon and welcome to History and Heritage Today. Our guest genealogist today is Mrs. Ima Goner. Mrs. Goner, how long have you been a genealogist?
Well, I've been studying my family history and doing research for 11 years now.
So what is the furthest you've had to go to obtain information on your family?
I've been in contact with the Dufferin County Museum in Ontario, and the only way that they would do research for me is by my sending a letter. And so when I sent a letter, it got lost at their offices, and when I contacted them 3 months later, then they were able to locate the letter and start helping me with research. And right now our family is in the process of being in contact with Northern Ireland to get research done on our family there.
In the course of your research, would it make it easier for you to be able to do your research online and obtain documents about your family from an online archive?
Absolutely, it would be very helpful to be able to do research online. Because of where my relatives settled, it's cost prohibitive to be traveling to Ontario or Ireland, and so that would be helpful to be able to go online to see where the records are and then be in contact with them or at if I could actually get the records online would be even more helpful.
If you were able to do your research online, if you were using an archive that had a finding aid to assist you, would that be helpful?
So then I'd be able to know whether I needed to be in contact with them even more
Yes.
and could go online. Yes, that would definitely help.